Welcome to New Hampshire's Business. I'm Fred Coker. There's an historic shortage of housing in New Hampshire. Now let me show you some of the evidence. Here's a graph from the New Hampshire Realtors, the New Hampshire inventory of homes for sale, single family and condos, and you can see for yourself on the bars, the gold bars on the left, single family, the blue bars on the right, condos, and look at the bar on the far right of each stack of bars, down 67% for a single family and down 50.1% for condos. That is since February of last year. And then there is the shortage includes rental properties. And here's a graph from New Hampshire Housing that shows that. And you can see 1.8%. That's the rental vacancy rate in New Hampshire. That is very low. A balanced rate would be around 5%. I think my guest would probably agree with that. And he is Dean Christian, the Executive Director of New Hampshire Housing, also called the New Hampshire Housing Finance Authority. Dean, welcome.
Thank you, Fred. Thank you for having me.
How do we get it to this point of inventory? Because it's key to the whole housing picture in the state.
So the broad answer to that question is that during the Great Recession, obviously, housing production dropped off dramatically for obvious reasons. There was not as much demand. The economy was in turmoil. But as we came out of the recession, New Hampshire, job growth was really strong. Our economy grew. Demand for housing came back, but we just didn't continue to build housing in the way that we had before the Great Recession. And that dynamic has continued. We've seen a very limited amount of new housing production really throughout the last 10 years. And last year, before the pandemic, we had estimated that the shortfall was somewhere between 15 and 20,000 units. I have no reason to believe that has gotten any better. It may have, in fact, have gotten worse over the last year.
And one of the factors was buying frenzy, as you know, this past year that reduced available housing also. And here's a graphic that shows that New Hampshire housing data from February 2021, sales volume 342 million, up 31.9% since February of 2020. So that's another factor in the availability.
There's no doubt about it that there was increased interest in particularly single-family homes, and at the same time, a lot of people were not putting their existing homes on the market because they were concerned about the pandemic. So there was a little bit of an effect over the last year that is directly related to the pandemic, but it really just exacerbated what was already a significant trend. Before the pandemic, we saw perhaps a little larger inventory of single-family homes in some markets, but the core problem remained the same.
Briefly, the impacts here are on workforce, housing, and first-time home buyers, I would think, primarily.
So there's impacts, I think, on individuals, to go to your point, in terms of housing choice and cost, particularly for first-time buyers and people coming into the state to take jobs. There's also impacts on our overall economic growth, potentially, because of the inability of businesses to recruit and retain workers. And increasingly, I think, on the rental side of the market, you're seeing some of the effect in the increase in homelessness in some of our larger communities, because there's just so little housing available and the cost is so high.
So I think the question I'm going to ask you, the final question, is what needs to be done. Is it developers who need to be more confident in the economy, or is it public policy at the State House?
I think that there is, in fact, a true public policy issue here. We have made it very difficult to build housing in many of our communities. Developers will tell you that they recognize the demand and are willing to step up and try to do things, but they feel that the process to get housing approved in many of our communities is way too risky, it takes too long, costs too much. And there have been efforts to try to address that, but so far we have not been able to resolve that problem.
Dean Christian, Executive Director of the New Hampshire Housing Finance Authority, also called that. Thank you.
Thank you, Fred.
Good to have you here. If you missed part of this interview, you can go to WMUR.com and click on local news and then scroll down to New Hampshire's Business. And let me just finish. First of all, if you were watching last week's segment, I listed several bank branches in New Hampshire that have closed recently. Branches of Bar Harbor Bank in Newport and Nashua did not close. They're open. There were a few closures in 2019, but not this year. Just trying to be accurate as we go.